From New York City, it's the Halfy Hour.
Thank you very much, Will. I am joined by Matt Ufford on my left.
Hello.
The outstanding co-host of the Halfy Hour, and our guest today, Bill Hanstock of SB Nation. You may recognize him as a large person with a beard. My name is Dan Rubenstein. We are talking about the week that was in sports and otherwise. Gentlemen, how are we this today?
This today, I'm doing quite well. I'd like to welcome Bill from all the way from sunny Los Angeles.
Yes. Yeah, you made a terrible decision to come here.
It is not as cold there.
No, not at all. So if you are not familiar with Bill Hanstock, A, shame on you. B, Bill, you are an editor, producer, whatever the case may be for SB Nation. He writes and does all sorts of fun things.
He also starts Flame Wars.
He starts Flame Wars.
Not
No,
intentionally.
that is not true.
No. We should actually offer some background to what happened.
Absolutely.
Was it just last week?
It was on Wednesday. It was on Thursday morning.
Okay,
Right.
so it was a week ago. We have posts on SB Nation that sometimes get cross-posted to the front page of yahoo.com.
It happens.
And the tone of SB Nation is somewhat different than the tone that many Yahoo readers are looking for.
We bring some goofs.
Yeah, there's some goofs.
There's some
Yeah.
laughs to be had. Some chuckles.
Sure.
And we don't have the picture loaded up, but there was some very probably well-to-do, wealthy white men celebrating the Bulls.
Side, they had blazers on.
Yeah.
Celebrating the Bulls' victory over the Heat that ended the 30-game winning streak.
Yep.
And Bill took the opportunity to say, "Hey, these guys are pretty white."
Yes. And they were.
They were,
And Bill just pointed it out.
and he got called a racist because of it.
Yahoo commenters did not like it.
I'm according to the internet, I'm a traitor to my race.
Ooh. Are you white? I don't see color.
Is there what? He's an Uncle Tom of white people.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a
What,
seller.
I don't know what that would be. That would be. He's like an Uncle Stephen,
Uncle Dom.
Uncle Don.
Uncle David.
Yeah. Okay. So, what is your reaction upon learning this news and seeing this? That our comment section is overrun with people accusing you of all sorts of racial crimes.
Well, I was a little dismayed
Okay.
that people didn't get the joke.
Fair.
I spent the better part of 4 days just deleting hate mail coming directly to me.
Wow.
Was any of it creative?
There was.
Did you chuckle at all at any of it?
Now I do.
Okay.
At the time, I wasn't chuckling.
All
'cause
right.
People were suggesting I be flogged. There was.
What is? I know, like in
being
general,
whipped.
it's being whipped.
Publicly whipped, usually.
Is there
or like with a stick.
Is it flogging means stick?
Yeah, I think flogging means like a solid implement, not one.
Really? I always thought of it more like
Flexible.
more of a cat o' nine tails sort of thing.
I think that's being flayed.
Oh, yes.
There's an important distinction.
I'm behind on my S&M terms.
Yeah, you are.
One-
You used to be so up to date.
I know. What happened?
One email suggested that white people are now tracking me.
Tracking you?
Yeah, it said, where you're being tracked, white people are watching you. White people was capitalized. The proper
Wake up,
noun
white
status.
people.
Yeah, so I've been on high alert. White people are now on my every move.
You're just like suspicious of white people
I
everywhere
didn't
you go
get that
now.
I already
email.
was.
As you should have been. All right. So that happened. That was last week. This is a
Yes.
show all about things that are happening this week. Obviously the big sports news and that is continuing on. NCAA tournament. The Final Four is to be played tomorrow, and then the championship game Monday. Last week we saw the Elite Eight. The big story coming from that was Kevin Ware and his injury.
Oh boy.
Ridiculous. And then through the week, weirdly enough, the Kevin Ware thing, obviously still big news, but then Rutgers coach Mike Rice decided that he would be a more effective coach if he threw basketballs at his players' heads and demeaned them using slurs.
C words, P words.
Yeah, we don't even say those words.
No.
And
This
we're
is the
awful
internet.
humans.
We'll
the
say
internet. I guess first of all, and I'll open this to both of you. What was the bigger story in your mind? The Kevin Ware injury because it's relevant to ongoing games that are being played, or the fact that Mike Rice and now the athletic director at Rutgers, Tim Pernetti?
Yes.
That sounds right.
Yes.
Has been let go by the university overseeing Mike Rice and knew about this and only suspended him for 3 games and offered him counseling and fined him. What's the bigger story?
Mike Rice is the bigger story.
Really?
Yeah, because Kevin Ware, our hearts are going to go out to him. It's something that's happening right now, like on one of the biggest stages, and it's gruesome.
Right.
But Mike Rice is something that's going to be relevant going forward
Yes.
and is relevant now and is part of the pervasive culture of athletics
True.
and college athletics and has ramifications on like your personal attitude towards like quote unquote toughness of children and men.
Just
and
the general macho BS that comes with sports a lot
there's
of time.
there's a lot of people who are already pulling out the Mike Rice being fired as like the wussification of America, like an example of that. But
Right.
we don't want our kids being kicked in the back.
I think it was a no-brainer to get rid of Rice.
I saw a funny tweet from Network, who was like, "Oh, Mike Rice being fired is a total like sign of a wussification of America," and then like predator drone whine and like strike on living human being. It's like, yeah, well, yes and no.
Right, exactly.
You make a compelling argument, Bill, but I would have gone with Ware just because there were so many millions of eyes watching as it happened, and it was like a collective gasp from like the sports community.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also the fact that it happened at Louisville, a relevant team, versus Rutgers, and it's like I would not have known that Rutgers basketball existed had it not been for
Rutgers basketball. Matt Ufford doesn't know about you.
I did not.
Yeah.
Is Kevin Ware our generation's Joe Theismann?
I thought that was like Willis McGahee. I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe
like,
we should make like a chart of horrifying leg injuries.
yeah, like, I think they're all just pretty bad. Like,
They're awful.
yeah.
Here's an honesty bomb. I haven't seen the Kevin Ware injury.
Nor have I.
I was in my kitchen making food when it happened. I get back after CBS had they showed a couple replays.
Yeah.
And I just had no interest in watching it and finding it. I don't, somebody's shin jutting out of their leg
Yeah,
is not of interest to me.
I'll
And
put-
I've seen it enough happen during football games where I'm good.
I was also working in the kitchen when it
Yeah.
happened. We are a manly
Our
bunch.
haircuts are synced?
Yeah.
That's
This
a
is
true
the
story.
wussification of America.
Okay, yeah, the Halfy Hour is the wussification of
Yeah.
America. That is true.
I'm
But,
proud to be.
yeah.
But I went onto Twitter and I saw like this collective like horrible gasp from everybody I
Yeah.
know, and I wasn't going to. I was like I'm curious, but I also didn't really want to see it.
Right.
I eventually went to the Yahoo GIF of it and like watched it like on my phone once and like saw his leg crumple underneath him and I didn't like look at it closely or a second time and I was
Right.
like. It was just a tiny little GIF, and I was like, "That's good enough.
That is plenty.
I don't need any more detail than that."
I was in Las Vegas and I saw Twitter freaking out, and then I saw like just people just watching people be horrified.
Just
in
tweeting,
text.
oh no.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
oh sweet Jesus.
Yeah, that's not okay. I think actually the bigger story is Mike Rice, just because of the cultural implications in college basketball. We saw
Yeah.
what happened with Mike Leach, when obviously a very different situation, but it is thematically the same thing as a coach using his power, even though Mike Leach laid out everything, and it turns out that what he did wasn't nearly the same, and it was a very different story. But thematically, it's the culture thing. It's the kind of power that coaches wield.
And you were saying like this happened at Rutgers, and we didn't know that there was a Rutgers basketball
Yeah.
team. Like, will this come out when it happens at a school that is bigger?
Right.
Because we've seen schools cover up much worse.
So if Tom Izzo starts branding his players,
Does he not already?
not regularly,
Okay.
it's specific cases. Yeah, it's a great question. Obviously, and somebody like that is going to be much more protected.
Yeah.
Mike Rice didn't have the type of protection that somebody at a huge school, a huge program would have.
Well, and the thing is, you have to give when you hire a coach,
Yeah.
you have to trust in them.
Yeah.
And they have to make things difficult. Like you practice hard, you make those practices difficult, you drill them so that the games
Absolutely.
come easy. So you want them to be difficult, you want them to be hard, to be taskmasters.
Right.
But then having the Marine Corps pass that I have, like where's the line between difficult training,
Toughness and abuse,
and
yeah.
abuse,
Right.
And everybody, it's not this clear definitive line
Right.
for that works across society.
Right.
Well, people were pointing out after it happened that like Rick Majerus did a lot of the same
Yeah.
sort of tactics.
Yeah.
And he's like, pretty much universally beloved, even though people know
He's a
about
funny
this
guy.
thing.
That's why.
Right.
That's it. I mean, pretty much.
He's
And
a
he
funny guy,
succeeded.
and he's a winner.
Right.
He also hated wearing pants.
Well, that just makes
Who
him
doesn't? The bigger you get, the less you want your pants to be.
That's
true.
wisdom.
I could see
that
that.
right there is wisdom. All right, moving beyond the college, at least men's college basketball, people are making an argument or trying to make an argument that Brittany Griner perhaps is too good for the WNBA.
Well, what's she good for then?
Oh, that ain't right.
No.
She's a person. She has worth.
I was trying to lead him, but it didn't work.
No, not the NBA is the answer. I don't believe so.
Well,
But you are.
Mark Cuban wants her. Mark Cuban wants her.
Mark
to try
Cuban
out.
wants attention vis-a-vis.
Mark
Brittany
Cuban
Griner.
wants attention. This
I
is
know.
the first time this
Desperately
has ever
wants
happened.
attention.
Yeah.
No, I that's preposterous. Like
It's
the
a non-thing.
WNBA should be constantly trying to get every amazing player.
The
'Cause
best possible
they
product.
They need
Yeah.
a higher level of play.
Absolutely. I don't really think there's much more to discuss with that. But before we get into the primary reason you're here, which is good looks, charisma, whatever the case may be.
A much better beard than I can grow.
Oh, not even close to
Can
what
you
I
grow a
yeah.
beard?
I
aware.
cannot.
No.
No.
This is the extent.
The trade-off is I have no back hair.
That's nice. That's
Fair.
nice.
That's
I
fair.
can grow a beard and I have no back hair.
Ooh, best of both worlds.
Just a
Hey.
little bit great. No, what I'm going to ask you, because you're a much bigger baseball fan than either one of us over here.
Right.
As two people that don't really watch all that much baseball at all and don't have that much interest in it, season began this past week.
Yes.
Give Matt the two bright, shining reasons to care about the 2013 baseball season.
The two bright, shiny reasons to care about the 2013 baseball season. One is to see how bad the bad teams are going to be.
Who are
Ooh.
Houston?
Houston.
Yeah.
Because they got, shiny new league, shiny new uniforms.
And it's Houston. They don't deserve to be
And
good.
they are getting paid less than A-Rod is this year.
Are they?
whole
The
team.
payroll's like $18 million, right?
Yeah.
It's like I think it was like 22.
See, I pay attention
That's
to baseball.
amazing.
I do.
All right.
I do.
That's fair.
So the question is they're in the American League now.
Right.
They had to go hire a DH. They didn't. I think they hired like.
Wait, the
guy
Astros
who-
are in the American League now?
Yeah.
Whoa!
They're part of the
See?
AL West. That's
This
why
is
I've
what
got.
happens when you don't pay attention
What?
to baseball for 2
That's
weeks.
why I feel great about the Mariners. They get to all those
Yeah.
games that they played against the Angels and A's have been they've been lessened, and they now get to play the
Did
Astros.
anything else change?
Well, the Marlins shipped all their players to Canada.
I know that. I'm saying league affiliation wise.
Well, there's going to be a lot more interleague now. There's
Okay.
15 teams in each league, so now it's
I spent-
this means that the DH for both leagues is pretty much inevitable.
I can tell you, Ole Miss is 5 deep, but I had no idea that the Astros are moving
Yeah.
to the American League. All right, so that's one bright shining reason: the depths of the terrible teams.
Yeah, because the Marlins played a 3-game series against the Nationals,
Right.
And last night they finally scored their first run of the year.
Who I'm told the Nationals might be the best team in baseball.
They probably are.
Right.
They're up there certainly.
Who knew?
that makes our DC brethren and the SB Nation office down there so annoying.
Like unbearable.
so annoying.
Yeah. All right, and then so the big other bright shining reason is the Angels with their murderers row. What is it?
They have murderers on the Angels?
They do.
I have not been paying attention
No,
to the offseason.
it's legal in Anaheim.
I think that this season is just going to be a really interesting season to watch because you've got the new leagues, the way they're structured.
Right.
The American League West is going to be absolute tooth and nail, except for the Astros.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's just going to beat up on the Astros the whole year. There's the Yankees not doing anything in the offseason. They signed Kevin
that's great.
Youkilis.
I love it.
It's great.
And they didn't really do anything else. So it's like all of their people keep getting older and more injured. And are they still going to be able to be the Yankees? Are they still going to be they did it again? Without spending any money in the offseason. And then on the flip side of that, the Dodgers are the new Yankees. And the Dodgers spent all of the money. So is that going to work
And
out?
they're not going to make the playoffs.
Well, see,
because-
that's it because are they going to actually make the playoffs?
No.
And if they don't make the playoffs, how fast will Don Mattingly be fired? Because I think
Quickly.
it's the second the last out's recorded, if their elimination game, they'll just give him. They'll put his belongings in a hobo bindle.
Right.
They'll send him across the field.
We're looking at him with blank stares. All right,
Yeah, no,
that's
we're-
enough baseball talk.
I'm sold. I'm
okay,
sold.
no, those are two very good, bright, shining reasons.
Don't think I did for the first year in a long, long time. I did not go to a Major League Baseball game.
I went to one, and it was
Yeah.
great. There's
You recommend everyone go to one baseball game?
one baseball
But no,
game.
I had a very busy year, very busy summer. I got
Yeah,
married.
got
I was
married.
on a honeymoon.
Yes.
I had other things going on.
All right, we are going to transition to the only real sports entertainment topic that matters.
This weekend, yeah.
This weekend is WrestleMania 29.
That's right.
Like baseball, and maybe I shouldn't be speaking for Matt. I don't believe Matt and I are both wrestling fans.
Oh yeah, brother. Ooh.
I just didn't grow up with it. I didn't have any brothers. I was a very bookish child. I love sports.
No brothers.
Yeah.
But no, I was like, it's fake. I don't like it, and I didn't have like my group of friends.
The baseline. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched it a little bit. I was entertained by it. I liked it. I didn't go crazy over it. I didn't buy what were the plush? What were those called?
The wrestling buddies?
I didn't buy wrestling buddies, but
I didn't
I
either.
appreciate wrestling. I think it's a good time.
I didn't buy wrestling buddies because I already had pillows.
That is a great
and
point.
A pillow's bigger to do a suplex to.
Did you suplex your pillows?
Of course I
Okay,
suplexed
just
my
making
pillows.
sure.
But then I turned 30.
But then you turned 30. There it is. So WrestleMania 29 is this weekend at MetLife, I believe, in New Jersey.
MetLife.
The headline matchups are both CM Punk against Undertaker and John Cena against The Rock.
Yes, and also Triple H against Brock Lesnar.
Triple H against Brock
Brock Lesnar.
Lesnar.
See, you know that name.
Yeah.
You know that guy. He's got a big penis tattoo on his chest.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
who
technically it's a
doesn't? Yeah, I was
sword,
gonna-
but it looks very penisy.
Yeah.
Technically, they're all swords.
You're,
Do we learn nothing from Freud?
you're
No,
quite
that
correct,
is
sir.
true. So what is the interest on your end? What is what are the big stories with WrestleMania? What are you excited for? What should people be excited for?
I'm just excited for WrestleMania in general because it's the one wrestling event a year that like even people who don't pay attention to will be like curious about.
Right.
But it's also the one time a year they pull out all the stops. They buy all of the fireworks that they can buy.
I do like that.
They put up this really stupid big set. This year they've got pillars with a roof on top of the above the ring
Right.
with a fake Statue of Liberty on it.
Okay.
Wow.
They've got a fake Empire State Building on the ramp.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Because it's in New Jersey.
They've basically recreated the New York hotel from Las Vegas.
That's exactly where my mind
The
went.
only thing it's missing is a roller coaster.
So which one of those three matchups do you care about the most?
I care. The one I care about the most is Undertaker versus CM Punk.
Okay.
Because the one thing that still means anything in wrestling, even though nothing means anything, is that Undertaker's never been defeated at WrestleMania. He's currently, I believe, he's 20-0. Wow. So
That's good.
yeah, and he's missed years too. So he's like, and now he's to the point where he only wrestles at WrestleMania.
Really?
Because he's old.
He's very old. He has like 3 fake hips.
Here's my question to you.
Yeah.
What if this is the year that The Undertaker finally loses his streak and a bunch of rich white people are celebrating ringside? What do you do?
I won't make fun of anyone.
Okay.
I'll make fun of The Undertaker. I'll be
Okay.
like, rich white man lost something.
That's fair.
And what's the other one? The Rock's going up against
John Cena.
What's the beef there?
The beef is last year they wrestled each other at WrestleMania in the once-in-a-lifetime match.
No, it's number 2.
And now, 1 year later, it's for the title.
Oh,
Last year, it wasn't for the title.
How much does The Rock wrestle? He's got a busy schedule.
He wrestles more than The Undertaker.
Really?
Yeah. Because he
So how many weeks out of the year will he appear on
He's
the shows
he's-
are Raw?
No, he's basically been in WWE since December. Like,
Really? A regular
yeah, he's there.
regular star.
Yeah, he's the champ.
Wow. Okay.
his muscle growth at the age of 40.
Yeah.
synthetic, but that's okay.
Yeah. It's not entirely. He had to get breast reduction surgery. It's cool.
How much is he? No, that is true. I remember he had them done. He like squared off like 15 years ago or something.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I was actually I saw a clip of him from like 6 years ago when he was like full time doing it. He looks tiny compared to how he looks
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
like every single movie ad that comes out, like Fast 6, I'm like, that's more muscle than you need, guy.
not okay. Even the preview for Pain and Gain,
Oh my god,
it was out of control how large he is.
so much.
I think
HGH.
it's in his contract that every time Christian Bale loses weight for a role, he has to put on that
Gains
much
that
weight.
muscle.
Yeah.
That's fair. How much does he pull down in cash?
All of it. He pulls down. I don't know.
But
I
what
can't
is the
remember.
number? Do you know like
No,
approximately? They don't make
really.
that.
They don't really release.
Nothing gets leaked. Anything like that. I'm curious. about
Everything gets leaked except like dollar signs that people make from WWE.
that. Right.
Interesting.
So how many? If he's full time, if he wrestles 40 times a year.
Well, I mean, The Rock's making millions of dollars from wrestling because he gets royalties from merchandise.
Right.
He gets royalties from DVDs. He gets
but I'm saying just his contract. Will he make $20 million in a year? If you had to guess.
probably.
Okay. Interesting. I had no idea. Did you have
No.
any concept?
No,
Well, like Stone Cold Steve Austin is like the most money-making wrestler of all time.
he's kind of
like
great.
more than Hulk Hogan.
How much do we know his net worth?
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
That's ridiculous. I love that.
Man.
Good for Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite? What?
I saw Stone Cold in person one time, and he is enormous.
You know, I would imagine he is.
Because they're all big. So when
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
all next to each other, they don't really look big except for like the giants.
Yeah.
The giant guys.
Bill kind of looks like Goldberg a little bit.
A little
No,
bit.
I look like the Big Show. Everyone.
Oh, yeah, he
yeah,
does. No,
yeah.
Big Show is where
but
it is.
I thank you.
Well, it's the Big Show.
Is it because I'm Jewish that I look like Goldberg?
I didn't know your religious background.
Right.
I was just going by your great looks.
Right.
Matt, you look
I
like you
did.
had something to say.
No, I was.
No, I'll take Goldberg over Big Show.
I was-
I'm glad you guys went there.
All right.
I was shocked that you said you were Jewish. You're from Salinas, and I didn't.
Well, funny story. I didn't know I was Jewish until I was 13, and it wasn't
Really?
because of my bar mitzvah.
Wow.
It wasn't, you had a bar mitzvah, but you're like,
No,
maybe
I-
I'm still not Jewish.
They were like, surprised that you're my bar mitzvah, and I'm like, my what?
I'm what? My bar mitzvah, you tell me this?
Yeah. No, Jewish by race, not by religion.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
All time?
All time. If you had to sit down and do an hour-long interview with somebody, who are you most intrigued by their story and watching them and knowing what made them tick?
Well, my first favorite wrestler was Jake the Snake Roberts.
Okay.
But
great.
I would have to say at this point, all time, probably CM Punk.
Really? And he's a heel.
Yeah, he's a heel right now. Yeah.
Wasn't he the first one that really broke down the fourth wall? There was something he did. He's,
In the modern era, sure. Yeah.
yeah. So I remember because I get little bits and
Yeah.
pieces.
I
of-
mean, that was a thing that was even on Rome is Burning. Like, that his promo that he cut that he talked about how Vince McMahon should die and give the company over to people who care about the business.
yeah.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
Who do you have a favorite wrestler, even though you weren't into it? You look back fondly on anybody?
I really liked Ricky the Dragon.
Yeah. Ricky Steamboat.
Yeah.
Who's the current like really good looking woman in wrestling? Like who's
You're talking about like a modern counterpart to like Sunny and Sable.
Yes, well I was thinking like Trish Stratus.
Right.
That's the last like really good. I wasn't talking about like
Today's China.
I like being beat up.
Yeah. You're really into China.
Who's like the hottie? I don't know this.
Well, actually, Trish Stratus is being inducted into the Hall of Fame on Saturday.
God, I'm so old.
and I'm going
Yep.
and I'm going to that. So
Really?
I'll tell her you said hi.
That would be great.
So
Is there a current Trish
yeah,
Stratus?
there's AJ,
Okay.
which is not a catchy name.
And she wrestles.
She wrestles, yeah, but probably the bombshell. Well, there was Maurice, but she left the company.
Maurice?
No, Maurice.
Marie. Okay. She left the company.
She's French. I don't know if you could tell.
Oh, I could not.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, pretty much AJ, probably.
AJ. All right.
I do feel like if we don't mention Macho Man at some point in this conversation, people will be really upset.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Macho Man.
brother.
Have you ever had a Slim Jim?
Oh, I've snapped into it many a time.
Real. I've never had a Slim
I
Jim.
have. They're
Snap into a Slim Jim.
it's definitely a meat-like product.
Meat like would you have one right now if you were hungry? Like, oh, we have snacks, we have Slim Jims.
I don't eat a lot of processed food, so
Okay.
I would probably turn it down.
Oh, I guess I should point out that I do a really good Jesse the Buddy Ventura impression. Oh,
Also, you don't look terribly unlike him too.
thanks.
Yeah.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, I would love to.
This stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus.
Wow,
That was good.
That's great.
That was really good.
I thought-
to be on the Halfy Hour. It's Jesse the Mind Ventura now.
Man, I was like, we had the Minnesota governor right here
Right.
in
I
our
wanna
studio.
close. I'm closing my eyes. Will you say you're doing a great job, Dan?
You're doing a great job, Dan. We're all proud of you here in Minnesota, but we think the government's coming after you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Remember when Minnesota elected him?
Oh God, that was
Remember?
great.
Do you remember when he got elected and his inauguration dinner? He wore like a leather jacket with like long tassels. Like
Yes.
down to
You
his
have
knees.
to.
Yeah,
It's formal dress.
it's what flies in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's Minnesota's version of black tie.
yeah.
That is true. That is fact. What? Anything else about WrestleMania this weekend that you want to make sure people know that you're excited for, that they should be excited for, other than those headline fights we mentioned?
Just be excited. I have an article up about it on SB Nation.
Check it out.
Just be excited that it's WrestleMania. It only comes once a year, and it's the year that they are magnanimous and they give everyone happy endings and they pull out all the stops. So
I am curious. I would love to watch WrestleMania without paying $60 in pay-per-view for it.
well, sadly, I don't have a +1 to the press box. But
So you're in the you're not like ringside at like the press table, and nobody's going to be jackknifed through a table that you're sitting at.
sadly, no.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
would be
too bad.
great.
That would be great. All right, we have promised you, and by you I mean the Happy Hour viewer. That's weird that I screwed up the name
The
of our own
Halfy Hour
show.
is a half hour long,
It's a half hour long.
and
so
there's a lot of happy times.
Yeah.
that's thank you for covering for
Yeah.
me, Matt.
I got you.
I'm happy to be here.
Another good thing. we have promised the conclusion of the life bracket, something we started a couple of weeks ago. Producer Robbie constructed this outstanding bracket, just pitting things against each other that happen every day in life. And Robbie, are you there?
I'm here. How you
Okay,
doing?
Robbie's. I'm fantastic. Thank you for stopping by.
So we're gonna get to the conclusion of this SB Nation life bracket right now.
Life bracket right now with Matt Ufford, Dan Rubenstein, Bill Hanstock.
And
none of it will make sense.
Yeah, here's I'm gonna preface this to Bill.
Yep.
Before, as the bracket started, it was things that were kind of alike each other. So now that the bracket has lessened, the things that are going to face off are going to be a little bit different now.
Okay.
So we had hot versus cold. We had Rosie O'Donnell versus Lena Dunham. We had zombies versus aliens. Just what do you feel like is a better part of life?
Rosie O'Donnell versus Lena Dunham.
Yeah.
What was Jeff Dunham up against? Terry Fader.
He didn't. he was in the Life NIT.
I've seen Terry Fader live, and I giggled a little bit.
But he's the non-racist Jeff Dunham.
Right, that is true.
All right, you guys
That's
want
how
to rock
they
and roll on
market
this
them.
thing?
Robbie, hit us.
You're going on a tangent.
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna reel you back in.
Okay.
All right, Chuck E. Cheese or Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I'll take Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Well, Chuck E. Cheese is an adult, or
No. Chuck E. Cheese is Chuck
You're
E.
right.
Cheese a
Jeez.
better part of living on Earth than Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Yep.
Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm gonna say Jennifer Love Hewitt.
There it is.
Ooh.
This is why. She is a really attractive female.
That's that is ironclad reasoning, sir.
Yeah.
J-
All right.
So you
JLH.
watch the client list.
JLH
Yes.
takes it. Al Borland or liquor?
This is an easy one for me. I'm taking liquor.
Sir,
Even though I don't drink, I got to take liquor.
you don't drink?
I don't drink.
Wow. Okay. You look like you're pure of pure heart. So I like that.
I thought you were gonna say I look like I'm made out of pure alcohol.
You look like
a man
alcohol
who
has
drinks a lot
formed
of
you.
beer.
I am going to say Al Borland.
There it is.
Just-
I don't
be-
drink all that
Just
much.
to be different.
liquor
Just to
wins,
be a little
but
bit different.
This whole
Liquor
time,
I figured liquor would win.
this whole time I was thinking West Borland,
Oh.
which is different.
Wes Borland was the guitar player for Limp Bizkit.
You got it.
Oh,
How do either of you know that?
How don't you?
I don't. I remember everything. It is my curse. Next,
Jay-Z or Voltron?
I didn't watch Voltron. I can appreciate it, but
Yeah.
I'm going Jay-Z.
I'm a Voltron lover till the day I die, but
LUVR.
but more than that, I love Brooklyn, so I'm gonna go with Jay-Z.
Wow.
I've probably seen Voltron more recently than either of you, and so I'm gonna have to say Jay-Z
Unanimous.
because it doesn't hold up.
There it is.
All right.
He's a 1 seed.
South America or broccoli cheddar soup?
Ooh.
Okay, well, let me remind you of the exports that South America has given us. First thing and only thing that comes to mind is Shakira.
Shakira plus everything from Brazil, from their soccer,
Yeah.
to models to buttocks.
Selective extradition.
I think South America's taking this in a landslide.
I think broccoli cheddar soup is also one of their main exports.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to say South America. Because it's warm when it's cold here, and that's funny.
I mean, I have to say South America because I can't say soup is better than a continent.
South America.
Well,
the
some
thing is,
people
on
feel
my
very
end,
strongly.
broccoli and cheddar wins. 'Cause-
All right, next up.
all right, bad tattoos or Roger Sterling?
So the entertainment value of each of these things.
Yes.
Bad tattoos, seeing them on people, knowing that that is how they are going to be physically painted for the rest of their lives. Or the quips of Roger Sterling, Mad Men back this Sunday.
I want to. I'm not saying bad tattoos here, but Bill has some pretty amazing
Really?
skin art.
I have
how
a
are,
lot of
how are you
tattoos.
artistified?
I have a sleeve and I have tattoos on my legs.
What is your favorite part
Take
of
your clothes
sleeve?
off right now.
Okay. What is my favorite part of my sleeve?
Yeah.
My jaguar shark.
Jaguar shark. You've also got a Muppet, right?
Yeah, I
Is
have
it a
Muppet.
jark or a
It's
shag
okay.
ire?
What's the Muppet you have?
Uncle Deadly.
That's a deep cut.
It is a deep
That's
cut.
a deep
I
cut.
appreciate that Muppets on a much deeper level than you.
That's what it sounds like to me. So which are you going with? Bad tattoos? What was the other one?
Roger Sterling.
Roger Sterling.
Probably Roger Sterling because I have known and I have seen many a person with many a bad tattoo and just I'm thankful that I have good tattoos.
Right.
I don't know. Bad tattoos are something to pity, not to.
True,
Yeah.
to appreciate and enjoy.
I agree. I say Roger Sterling for those same reasons. Plus, he served in the Navy in World War II.
There it is.
Roger takes it then.
I'm definitely going
And
Roger
he
Sterling.
didn't pretend to be someone else.
No, No.
He
That is
didn't-
true.
he
Roger is
didn't-
Roger.
He didn't murder a seaman.
No.
He was hilariously uncomfortable to watch in blackface.
Oh, yes.
And on acid.
And on acid. He had some sort of heart issue after a threesome with like 22-year-olds,
As one does.
as one does.
Who among us?
I'm 29, and I'm not. If that happened to me, I'm not saying the experience would be all that different.
Right.
That's basically where my head is at. And my other favorite Roger Sterling moment was eating oysters, drinking White Russians, and then walking up 45 flights of stairs and then puking everywhere. It was so amazing.
Robbie, what's next?
Next.
This one, it's a little obscure.
Yeah.
Cold or Max? Max the computer, cold as in anything cold.
Okay, so we're talking about your experience on Earth, the good times or the good things you've eaten that are cold. This is a very all-encompassing term. Like, think about the hottest you've been, and when you finally catch that cool breeze, how good that is.
Well, see, I I like the cold better than I like warm.
Yeah, as do I.
That's how it beat hot last week. or 2
Exactly.
weeks ago.
Well, I'm going to have to vote for cold because I'm a PC user.
Oh, wow.
I think that the way that our lives have changed with Macintosh computers, I'm going to have to go with Macs.
Macs wouldn't be where they are without cold because they would
that's true.
overheat.
Yeah.
But
They need cold to live.
yes, I'm going to go Macs as well.
All right.
There it is,
Because
Max.
that is where the pornography is.
It's true. It is true.
Next up,
Tacos or Rosie O'Donnell?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Tacos next.
Donald. Tacos.
Tacos around the horn. Let's go.
I like Rosie, but tacos.
what about Rosie O'Donnell tacos?
Don't you did not.
All right, I'm gonna go tacos.
Got it.
It's like that would take the cake over anything you've mentioned.
What about cake?
Oh, I'm team pie.
Okay.
I think we're all team pie.
Stay
here.
out of this, Bill. This Sandy Beaches or zombies?
Sandy beaches.
Oh, easily Sandy Beaches.
How is this even a...
I voted for because we said aliens.
Sandy
for zombies.
Zombie
yeah,
was a
zombies.
16th seed. It just snuck in. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Sandy Beach is taken.
Zombies is-
Gentlemen, do we want to go? We want to get a champion today?
Yeah, let's get a
Okay.
champion
Just
because it
roll
is
through.
championship
Yep.
weekend in college
Yeah.
All right.
basketball. Next,
Jennifer Love Hewitt or Liquor?
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Liquor.
Bill, it's up to you. Ooh,
Oh,
Liquor.
liquor takes it.
Wow.
Jay-Z
I'm not
or
a,
South
I'm
America?
not a fan of JLH. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Even like I Know What You Did Last Summer, JLH? Can't Hardly Wait, JLH?
She wasn't Can't Hardly Wait. That's Rachel Lee Cook, dude.
No.
Oh,
you're wrong.
She's All
Bill.
That. I'm thinking of She's All That.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and you're thinking wrong, Bill.
Yeah, okay.
Can't Hardly Wait, JLH?
You named the two good things she was ever in.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. Well, that's good
I
enough.
found that.
And I can name two good things Liquor's in right now.
Okay.
I am drinking black tea.
The black
Jay-Z
is
or
made out
South
of
America?
Guinness.
You guys moved forward. You just said Liquor. I'm sorry, but we have to move
All right.
forward.
Jay-Z versus South America?
Yes.
Jay-Z.
South America.
South America.
Oh,
I like empanadas
Upset.
a lot.
Yeah. There's
I
too
didn't
many
even think
things.
about
Man, I love Brooklyn.
There. There. You know what I like more than Brooklyn is Hispanic women.
yeah.
No, there he is. Chimichurri. It's great.
I didn't think
Roger
about the
Sterling or Mac Computers?
Roger Sterling.
Roger Sterling.
Yeah,
Roger Sterling.
yeah, he's a human.
Tacos or Sandy Beaches?
Tacos.
Tacos.
Because they go so well together, though. That's
No,
tough.
that's like that is tough.
Okay, so you never have a taco again. You're never on a sandy beach again.
God, what a I'd kill myself.
Why would you even be alive?
Yeah, why even?
There's other types of beaches you could be on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can be
but
on one
they
of those
suck.
pebble beaches they
Yeah.
have in London.
And there are burritos you could eat.
No,
Matt's anti-burrito.
I gotta. Oh man, that's tough.
If there weren't tacos, but could you just like tear off a piece of burrito tortilla and put the
No.
Get out of here, Bill.
You'd be shot.
Yes, you would be.
I gotta go tacos, but that's tough because I love a beach, man.
Yeah. Bill?
Tacos.
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 Three-way taco.
There it is.
Three-way taco.
All right, final four.
Final four.
Liquor, South America.
I'm still going South America. I thought we just did that.
No,
Nope.
those are two different things.
That was
No,
Jennifer
I-
Love Hewitt and liquor.
Oh, excuse me.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going South America. Because you can get liquor in South America.
Yeah,
Not if you choose South
Oh,
America.
that's true.
Come on.
I'm gonna go with liquor.
You don't drink, and you
Hey,
keep voting
You're
for liquor.
representing the human race here, Bill.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with South America this time.
Boom.
There it is.
Oh damn.
Okay, next.
Roger Sterling or tacos?
Tacos.
I'm gonna go tacos
Dude,
again.
tacos is taking this.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! So here it is: tacos or South America?
Tacos are from South America.
No, they're not.
I know.
Shut up, Bill. Tacos versus South America. So think about
Is
everything.
this the final?
This is the final.
This is the final. All right.
And this says a lot about, I think, just everyone in general.
So
Whoever
let's-
wins this.
Let's really break this down. Let's be thorough about this.
Okay.
The best things that South America have given to this universe.
Pele.
I was going to say football, soccer.
Thongs.
You're talking about thongs. Thank you, Robbie.
You're welcome.
The
musical
beautiful
Evita.
beaches. The musical Evita.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
That's Central America.
Well, Colombia.
Colombia.
They did a good job. We're talking about minors being trapped.
Oh yeah, you could forget about that.
I thought you meant sexual slavery. I was like, holy.
That's
Minors.
that's Thailand.
All right.
We're talking about the Guays, Urug and Para. Empanadas, chimichurri sauce, Portuguese being spoken in a country other than Portugal.
A notable thing about South America.
I don't know. I'm reaching here, Bill.
I think
really
you're breaking
reaching.
this down a little bit.
Okay.
too.
So,
Okay, well, let's list
But
everything
tacos
about
are delicious.
tacos.
and Shakira.
Shell.
Okay, various delicious meats. You have your carnitas, your al pastor, your carne asada, your chicken,
Soft or crunchy.
soft or crunchy options.
Wow, I just realized that Doritos Locos tacos are going to fall under the taco umbrella.
Yeah,
here.
that's right.
They do.
Dolo Throdo 13.
That's
But
right.
when you're thinking about tacos, I want you to think more about soft tacos served at like an actual taco
No,
place.
no, I'm going in depth and I'm breaking this down.
Oh, that's a fair point.
yeah.
You've got your vegetables on them, perhaps a sauce. Mm-hmm. If you don't have the genetic thing like me, where cilantro tastes like bad feet to you.
I
see,
do like cilantro.
I love this. It's either A or F with cilantro for people. That is
Yeah.
true. It's a genetic. I love cilantro.
I'm sadly deficient.
It's a very binary thing.
Yeah. I'm going to vote
Think about it.
my life would be better if I did have tacos. I'm going tacos.
Yeah, I mean, how often do you go to South America?
Not that often. But it's nice to have that as an option if I ever want to disappear.
Sure. If you want to go galt.
I can't disappear into a taco.
You know what? I've
You
got
can.
Not with that attitude.
at this precise moment in time,
Yeah.
with the World Cup looming next year
Wow.
in Brazil. There wouldn't be time to set up the World Cup anywhere else. Like
What?
yeah.
You don't think they could set up the World Cup somewhere else?
They could in the United States actually. But
Yeah.
South America just disappears. They're just like, nope.
Yeah, they'll
off.
find a different
Done.
stadium.
No more Shakira.
You know what? Here's what I think.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is I think Bill's going to go with tacos. Mm-hmm. So I want there to be a dissenting vote, and so I think South America needs
Smart.
a representative.
So,
vote.
and your reason for that is the World Cup.
well, like that's what pushes it over the edge for me.
Have you been to South America?
I have not.
Where do you desire to travel to in South America?
I would love to go to Argentina
It's great.
and Brazil. Brazil, yeah.
I've heard good things actually about Colombia. Like it's supposed to be really nice now.
Yeah, I've got a friend whose parents are Colombian, and he said great things.
Great things. Bill, have you been to South America?
I have not.
Where do you desire to
But I
travel
was in
to?
the District of Columbia yesterday.
That's essentially very different.
Right.
Do you have a desire to
Yeah,
travel
I'd
there?
like to go. I think that we should all go to the World Cup next year.
Let's go it. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go it.
Go it. Let's make a go of it.
With that being said, tacos.
Tacos. All right. I think
So there
tacos
it
have
is.
won the life
That's our
bracket.
champion.
Tacos have won the life bracket, which is pretty appropriate.
Where are you voting in that, Robbie?
I mean, tacos. You gotta go tacos.
You gotta go tacos. All right.
South. I mean, I don't mess with anything south of Mason-Dixon, so it's at this point.
That is true. All right. With all that being said, I'd like to thank, of course, Matt Ufford, co-host of the show, because
Yep.
he's the looks, brains, and comedy part, whereas I am
You're
just
the guy with the microphone.
I have a microphone.
Dan's he's the current. You move things along.
I do. I try my very
You're the
best.
facilitator, like Kobe.
Meanwhile, we're about 12 minutes beyond what we normally are, so I'm
The
not very good. But
45 hour.
the 45 hour. Bill Hanstock. Be sure to check him out pretty much every day on SB Nation. Follow him at Sundown Motel on the Twitters.
Thank you.
And love him because he looks not like the Big Show, but like Goldberg.
Sure.
Like Goldberg's nephew.
Goldberg's the Scrappy Doo of Goldberg.
That's exactly. I can't think of a better way to go out. Thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Cheers.